Welcome to another edition of Vigorously with me, Val Klein-Hands. I am absolutely thrilled to welcome Gunnhild from Gåte in the building in one of the most beautiful pieces of scenery I have ever seen. If you're watching the pod, my goodness. I mean, we know she's gorgeous, but the scenery behind her is obviously gorgeous as well. She's at her cottage, live from Norway. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
At the time we're talking, I've been creeping on the socials. Strenviskar was just released yesterday. How are we feeling?
Great. I got me like a bit of surprise because I had for a short time forgot that it was going to happen.
Well, we know that these things you can speak to this. Like these things are planned ahead of time. There's a little bit of
Yes,
planning and
yes.
strategy behind the whole album rollout. Are there any lessons learned along the way while you've been doing this?
That it's a good idea to be in head of everything in a
Mm.
in a like and that's not what we are not so good at that, but this time actually I think that we are kind of on right place with the
Right.
planning and the strategy, because yeah, that I think that is the hardest part of being a musician and artist today, because
Getting more, yeah,
we
getting
just want to make
organized.
music. Yeah, getting organized, that's not our
It's
uh,
it's hard for everybody because I mean, when you think about it, an artist has a lot to do on their own anymore. So much of it falls on their
mm,
own shoulders. They're
yes,
doing the promotion themselves, they're doing the social media themselves, they're planning their rollout and how they want their album to be released into the world. A lot of that is on them. Some of them have teams behind them, but it's kind of changing the industry today. It's shifting.
yes, yes, but I kind of like it too, but it's very much so much more to do and to be in control of.
Mm.
And but also then you feel that every you're more like a part of every step, and I like that. So I think it's both.
Yeah, I can tell that that's a theme for the band.
Yeah.
Just loving telling a narrative, wanting to be in
Mm.
control of the
Yeah.
narrative. I did watch the
Mm.
video for Scorsria. The song itself is based on the Legend of the Wild Hunt. Americans, I'm just gonna fill them in. I mean,
Yeah, do that.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool because in this video, it kind of looks like the band is being hunted, which was a surprise. So correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding of the legend is it very generally it explains winter weather for Norwegians. Is that kind of am I right? Am I wrong? How do you interpret the legend?
No, you're not wrong, but I think it depends on who you ask.
Okay, how do you interpret
Yeah.
it?
Oscar Shea in our in our music and on our album,
Hmm.
it opens a world where human beings are drawn away from themselves.
Okay, so that's
And
kind of why
that,
the band goes through this like metamorphosis in the video. Like they,
yes,
okay, I understand.
and that you put a lot of meaning in it, but for us, that's the main meaning with Oscar Shea.
Hmm. Was it fun making the video? It looked like it was fun, just kind of running around in the woods.
Well, yeah, in Norway, during the summer, especially where we live, the sun is never going down, you know.
Okay.
Have you heard about the midnight sun?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, we don't have like the whole night without it go we have 1 or 2 the hours that it's dark,
Hmm.
yeah, or not completely dark, but the sun is not up.
Hmm.
So we had to use those hours, you know. So that was, yeah, very late in the night, just using the dark time we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lighting
Uh,
looked cool, the colors look
mm,
cool. You got a lot done in with a little bit of time.
yeah, we did a lot in a very short time, but it was fun.
And this is
Yeah.
just one of the legends that is touched on in the upcoming album single, which is Coming in September. We're it's coming soon. So can you hint at any other stories or legends that we might hear on this album?
Mm. In the beginning of Gåte, we only used old materials, authentic melodies and lyrics
Hmm.
from like old lyrics and melodies. And then we experienced a little bit with using poems that we found that we could like put into our universe that it
Oh.
could fit. And then we so and what made um, our own tunes on it. But and this time is the first time we actually have it's new written music throughout the whole album.
Okay.
Because then we got a bit like in a good discussion with ourselves because we want to keep, you know, the core in Gåte is to use some folk, the folk Norwegian folk music, the lyrics, the old tunes, the like the tune language for
Hmm.
our folk music. Um, but still, that we were also it was about time to explore more about like how we could
Yes.
make melodies and lyrics that could like fit into the landscape from the old, but still be new. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Then an author that's called his name is Aaron Shetne, and also we done ourselves a bit. He has this way of writing that you can feel that it sounds old, and
Mm.
then the idea was to take stories from like legends, but the legend don't have any lyrics and melodies uh, from before, but we just wanted to tell the stories through our music.
You're talking about finding a
Yeah,
balance between showing the world who
yeah,
you are as Gotha,
yeah.
but also maintaining these,
Mm.
Nordic folk, sharing these Nordic folk stories with
Yes,
the world because you're just as passionate about that too. I mean, did
yeah.
did somebody instill that desire to tell these stories in you, or is this just something personal to all of you that you want to make this a priority? Like among all of you, it's a priority to you to want to tell these stories.
I think this is what Gåte is all about.
Hmm.
And there is something about, I think it has been like that from my when I was a little girl, from my childhood. I just loved these old stories and to go into a world that's not here anymore, but it's like it's a part of us
Hmm.
anyway. And it also opens my fantasy and my imagination, and uh, it's just a strong feeling that I have to bring it up and talk about it today, because it also tells something about where we who we are and where it comes from
Hmm.
in a way. And I don't know. This is very hard to put words on because it's
When
all about feelings.
yeah,
It's just about like
yeah,
it's something it's canalizing through me in a way. Uh, it feels telling these stories.
yeah.
And you asked me about if there is more stories through the records that's based on something. And yes, the answer is like I think every songs are, but
Hmm.
especially the last song on the record. I'm very touched with that story, and have always been since I was a little girl and heard it for the first time.
Hmm.
And
What's that story?
that's just the Dalsripa,
Oh,
and the last song. It's about the Black Plague
oh,
that
okay.
went across Europe. Did it come to the US?
I
I'm not
don't,
sure actually.
I don't think, I don't
No, I
think,
don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think it did. I think at that time we were barely settled then. And I think
I think so too.
I
I think
think
it's
natives were here, but they were
yes. So the Black
colonization hadn't
Plague
really
was
come yet.
actually the reason that made many people came to America, I guess. After the Black Plague, I guess. Now, yeah,
That and
yeah,
poverty and famine and
yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah. Mm,
And a lot of your countrymen came to where I am in Minnesota, and they wanted to,
yeah,
and they came here and they farmed, and they're still here 4 and 5
yes,
generations later on
yes,
that same farm.
yeah, yeah. Well, this is the story about this little girl that um she grew up on a farm. Like it was some farms in a small area in the nearby mountains,
Hmm.
and nearby Jostedalen. That's a place in Norway. And you have Jostedalsbreen. It's a huge, huge, huge. What is it called? You know, when where the ice is never uh, never it never goes away. This
Oh,
huge, huge. Oh, I don't know the word
it
for it
just
in English.
follows you.
It's it's although the summer comes, it doesn't melt. You know.
Oh,
So
okay.
that this yeah, and everyone dies, but she survives for
Mm.
some reason. And then and she's a small, small girl, and then she goes out in the mountains, and she survives for many, many, many years. And after many, many years, they found her, but then this is a bit like Mowgli
Hmm.
story, you know.
Yeah,
She
Jungle
got,
Book.
she was, yeah. So she was human, but also very acting like an animal. And her first, the only word she could say was, uh, "Mom, little mountain bird, mom, uh, my
Mhm.
my little fairy," or something. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This story is the story about behind Jostedalsripa. Mm.
Hmm.
About this little fragile girl that survived
Yeah, and she
this.
perseveres.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's there's so much to get into with this album. Like I'm sure maybe part of singing and writing these legends. I mean, you've done it for almost 2 decades now. Like
Yeah.
some of it probably gets a little bit repetitive, but you have a way of keeping these stories fresh and exciting for fans. I know that you just told me
Mm.
sometimes you refer to poetry, and maybe for you sometimes is it just getting different sources from different material? Does that help keep things fresh for you?
Yeah, definitely. And well, I think it's all about the stories. The album is also very has a high range in expression and genres.
Hmm.
Um, but that's because it begins with story and what what music could tell this story, especially because
Mm.
we also sing in Norwegian. So I think it's the feelings from the stories. It's important that we could bring over to also people that don't speak Norwegian, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, it seems a survival there, and I'm catching on to another different theme too, where we're talking about coming into yourself. We're talking about
Mm.
like being authentic and realizing this is who I am and staying confident in who you are.
Mm.
I'm hearing a little
Mhm.
bit of that too. Was that
Mhm.
was all of this the plan going into writing
Mhm.
the album?
No,
No,
that
it
and
just
that's so
happened.
interesting because that just happened, you know?
Mm,
Yeah. So that this is what we saw when everything was finished and we like finished for a year or something. We were just planning, which what is it called? Oh, the songs, the turn of no, what is it called? Uh, like which song was going to be the first and the second and the third, and
yeah, just the arrangement or the
the range.
lyrics. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and we work a lot of with that just to find the right arrangement of it. And when it settled, and we agreed on which was the right, felt the right. Then we just suddenly woke up and understood that this was the whole plan and the whole
Mhm.
meaning with everything. that was the reason why that song was going to be the first and that song was going to be the last, and that we have like a story through the whole record that fits all together.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting, and you know, that's that's the great thing with being creative and open. And when you make art, you don't necessarily have a plan or a meaning uh, in the beginning, or you don't know the meaning. You just have to follow something, and then after it's finished, you can step back and see that, oh, now I see the meaning. Now I see what we were making.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is what was supposed to happen the whole time.
Hmm.
I'm gonna stay focused and just, do what I do best and look at it all later. I want to go back in time just a little bit too, because I've never had the opportunity to talk to an artist who's done Eurovision before. And
Hmm.
I watched some old interviews around the time that you did that. We're going on 2 or 3 years here. I mean, and one of them said that you kind of navigated that whole competition just by avoiding a competitive mindset and staying focused on what you were doing and what you were doing alone. So is that something you're keeping in mind as you grow Gota and go worldwide?
Yes, yes and no, because the answer is also that I don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to be something else is not an opportunity.
Right.
And that also we know that what we do the best is to be like to be in contact with our music and what Gåte is, and that Gåte is actually something also something it's us, but it's also something outside of us because it
Mm-hmm.
has its own strong DNA in a way. So I think that and for me also as a singer, I'm not very good at being something being an other a singer in another
Yeah,
setting
you
in
do what
other
you
music.
do.
I do what I do. So and I know that I do what I do the best. I know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
How exciting is it to sign to an international label now? Now you're getting your message and legends outside of Norway. That's got to feel good.
It feels very good. Um, and also because of the internet, we have this opportunity that we could talk to each other.
Yeah.
I'm here up in the woods outside of Trondheim in Norway. It's very far from me. And and but you know about what I do and you know the music.
Yes.
So in a way the world is smaller, but also still so big. And we have this strong feeling that Gåte has an a potential that hasn't been fulfilled because of life and what just has happened. We had
Mm.
we have like Gåte has kind of two parts. I used to say the one first part when I was very young, between when I was 14 and 20, and we toured a lot and did and we were like the hugest band, the most famous band in Norway. But you know, Norway is a small country, but still.
Hmm.
We toured and did the biggest festival in Norway, and yeah. And then I got enough. I quit it because I was so young and I was exhausted. And on the last uh, part of that first part, we had plans in Germany to take out Norway there, and we went on tour, and everything was like set up, but I couldn't. It's just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had 12 years break and started again in 2017. And then we had to do Norway first, and that went very well. And then we had plans to go out again. But then Corona came,
Yeah. Yeah. COVID.
COVID.
Hmm.
So, and then and now I think this is our third chance after Eurovision and stuff, and we have like and this with seasonal mist signing with seasonal mist, and So I think that maybe now is our best and maybe also last chance to get out our potential. And I know that is a lot of audience around there that I know that will enjoy our music and also especially see us as a live performance because we're very good at that.
Yes, well, I
Yeah.
would love to see that for sure. And I think there's something to be said for being receptive to Scandinavian bands too. I don't know what it is. Like here anyway, we know Amon Amarth, we know Opeth, we know Catatonia. Like we know Scandinavian bands, and there is a hunger for them here. We love them.
Yeah,
We accept them. So
that's what we feel too. So maybe I just think hopefully that we just on the right time.
yeah.
It's now it's meant to happen. It before it was a bit in a way too early. I don't think it would be a chance earlier.
Mm.
So maybe now it's the right time.
Yeah. The world, I think we both feel like the world is ready for Gotha. To get even bigger. We're ready
I
for
hope
it.
so. I hope so. I
Well,
talked to a psychic woman some weeks ago. I have to say that I would love to
what did she
believe
say?
in that. She said that in 2027,
Mhm.
we were going to the US. She
Oh,
said,
okay. Okay. Well, then we're going to check back next year and we're going to see if that happens.
yes,
We'll have to talk again when that happens.
yeah, that would be funny if she's right. Then we
It
can
would
all
be.
say that there's something in it.
There's something to it, and if nothing else, it was manifesting. We're just putting it out there. We're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
putting it out
I
there so
think
that happens. How
putting
does
it out there.
Yes, how does Norway feel about manifesting? Because that's a big word here. We love that concept.
I believe in it
You do, okay.
strongly. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to put out there. Gunnhild, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for telling me about the new album. We can't wait.
Thank you for having me.